Record.
And then I should...
Should I leave the meeting?
No, don't leave the meeting.
Why not?
I don't know. Don't leave it.
It offered me that I could leave the meeting.
Oh, because it's recording?
Yeah, I think it was just trying to protect me from your poetry.
Just want to peace out. Save yourself. Okay.
Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry.
Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday. Always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? Each week, for who knows how long, we have heard a selection read aloud for what may be the first time from my high school Wolf Journal. And I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
I've tried to combine our old intro with our new intro, and doing it on the fly, it got a little sloppy there.
It went great, Aaron.
Yes.
It went great.
I thought it was a fitting end for this season and a closing chapter for the Wolf Journal. Yeah, we are at this point, Dave. There are no more
Sad
words
day?
for the wolf to give. But we're not quite there yet. We have to hear what you have to bring to the show. Your hastily written poem for the week. Dave, what do you got for me?
Okay. This poem is called An Original Thought. Waves of blue sky overhead. The ships float by, morphing in the wind. I lose them behind my shed. Pretend pirates pass presently by. A beautiful day.
Lovely. I'm wondering, with the title An Original Thought, is this a complete parody of a more famous poem that I should know?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But I thought it was just such an obvious...
Seeing things in the clouds.
Yeah, I had absolutely nothing. And I'm like, clouds. Because I'm sure no one has ever written a poem about clouds before.
I look at clouds from both sides now.
Or there's a castle on the cloud. Or the play by Aristophanes, which was all written in meter, The Clouds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was written in clouds. I was like, impressive.
Yeah, he had one of those...
Skywriters?
Planes? Yeah, Skywriter plane. That makes perfect sense.
I mean, there is something beautiful about clouds.
Yeah.
You have a shed?
I mean, yeah, a shed.
You have a shed?
Yeah.
I've never been to your house, Dave. When are you going to invite me over?
Never. I'm hoping that this podcast ends and then I just don't ever have to talk to you. That was the plan, Aaron.
Dear friends, dear listeners, Dave and I have
not friends.
Have not been in the same room since the pandemic.
Yeah.
We have not seen each other since starting this show. And I wonder if it's the show that is preventing us from seeing each other.
Yep. I go to the cities often enough, and I just think, oh yeah, I could go and see Aaron, or I could enjoy my life. That's the other option.
I see him enough.
Once a friggin' week.
You hit your maximum limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. Well, that was a lovely little poem. Was there any meter? What was the style?
The style was, I was busy eating a salad and feeding my 2 children their lunch.
Okay. A vignette?
Yeah. There was one rhyme.
Yeah.
Overhead and shed, but beyond that, I didn't really think anything about it.
I loved it. And it didn't feel forced. Like that kind of
It also didn't feel
poetry.
good, but it...
Well, I mean, the show's called My Bad Poetry, so I don't think that's...
I love that brief.
Yeah.
It's a good brief for us, because we both suck at this.
Yeah, we do. So we have come to the end of the Wolf Journal. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're going to have to pause for a second.
Sure, yeah. Did you have
I scheduled the gospel choir to come at 2.
Oh! Yeah.
So they should be here in like 8 minutes.
Okay, well... imagine the Hallelujah chorus breaking forth in this moment.
Thank you.
Yep. We'll just add it in post.
Oh, okay, cool.
Much like a cloud that passes by, all things are temporary. We turn the page from "if I get to this page, make sure I celebrate" to the last words written in the journal.
That might be the best thing. You reach that page and you're just like, yeah, I'm done with this crap.
I hit my goal. I wrote literally 3 lines on the next page and put this thing away until the pandemic when we started this show.
Good work.
The final phrase of my high school journal career. I stand frozen in place as ice runs past me to give you that cold stare.
I was really expecting something. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. I was in no way expecting a pun about a cold stare.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, quite a turn for me, a cold shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask the obvious question. How do you imagine ice running? Like glaciers? Like
at 1 centimeter per century. Ice running. Oh, man. Have you ever seen candlestick ice?
No. Enlighten me.
You don't know that phrase before?
No,
okay.
I don't know that.
It is a dream of mine to see it at some point in person.
Okay.
But there in areas where there is a lot of wind going over the water as it freezes and thaws and freezes and thaws. It basically turns into pencils of ice sticking down. And they're just like straight up and down. So you get these videos online of people kayaking through this candlestick ice. And they pick it up with a paddle and it just like folds open and it's beautiful. You'll have to look.
Yeah. No, I've never heard of that phenomena. So there we go. The ice running past me to give whoever that cold stare. Candlestick ice.
Candlestick ice.
Yeah.
Although candlestick ice is beautiful, and this is trash.
So as I was racking my brain for any sort of context to this, the only thing I could remember that might have something, but probably has nothing to do with this, but it's a vivid memory in my brain.
Yeah.
So do you remember when Facebook allowed you to make like music videos out of your photo collections? Was that Facebook? No. There was something back in like the early Facebook MSN Messenger phase where like you could create like a compilation of like passing pictures and put like a track underneath it, like a pop song or something.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
It was about the same time that Facebook let you do those like Facebook quizzes where you could you could test your friends on trivia or just like make it all about you. Like, what is Aaron's favorite food? Yeah. So I remember being downstairs playing video games at my friend Ben's house. And I think there was one other friend who was present, but one of us was on the computer, and another acquaintance of ours had recently broken up with someone, and they dropped this video on Facebook, which was a compilation of all their ex's pictures with the song "Cold as Ice" by who was that? Foreigner? You're as cold as ice. Yeah, and willing to sacrifice. And all of us were just like, "That's a choice."
Like, I love that because knowing how pathetic both of us were in high school and being like, wow, even I find that strange and creepy and weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wrote my bad breakup poetry in a journal and locked it away for 19 years. This person, again, we talked about this last week, the phenomenon of, like, the TikTok age. This person just, like, made a makeshift music video of their ex with the song Cold as Ice underneath it as, like, a sick burn. So whether or not that has anything to do with this image that I encapsulated so perfectly.
Perfectly.
It is kind of a funny Just that cold as ice stare, that the struggle of a breakup in high school. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, cold as ice. I don't have anything nice to say to you, Aaron.
That's fine. I don't even remember who this was for. But I mean, thinking how cool I was when I wrote this image down. Because this feels like I was trying to be just so cool.
Right, this feels like a mic drop moment.
Yeah.
That is in no way a mic drop moment.
I stand frozen in place as ice runs past me to give you that cold stare. Ooh!
So the ice runs past you.
Yeah.
As you give a cold stare, did the cold stare make the ice? Like...
No, I'm like an X-Men. It's coming from my eyes.
Oh... You are Cyclops, but instead of the kinetic energy universe he pulls from, he... Mm-hmm. Although, Iceman?
Doesn't he shoot it from his hands?
He does. Well, he shoots it from kind of everywhere.
Okay.
He's an Omega-level mutant. He's one of the most powerful mutants on the planet.
Well.
You know who isn't? Charles Xavier.
Didn't know that.
Thank you, actually, for telling me about this. This week's podcast is brought to you by Dropout.
We're bringing Michael back on the show next season.
There we go.
We could talk about Omega-style mutants.
Omega-level mutants?
I'm sorry. This is a blind spot for me.
Dear listeners, pile on to Aaron. Really crush him under the weight of your tweets or X's or whatever they're called now.
Your cold stares.
Your cold stares.
Send us your cold stares.
Much like Elsa in Frozen building her ice castle, making cold stares. See what I did there? There's a pun about stairs and stairs because they are homophones.
How did no one break a hip in that movie? Just running up and down those ice stairs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. They're fully charging up those stairs to get her.
Right, they're sprinting. I mean, it is
and it's
Scandinavian,
but it's sheer ice. There's no snow on it. There's no friction there.
Yeah. We finally found the plot hole in the movie about a woman who creates ice from her body.
She's probably an Omega level X-Men.
Is she Bobby Drake's great-grandmother? Is it Bobby Drake? I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Crap!
I could not correct you at all on that. I don't know. Okay, well, that was the last thing that I wrote in the Wolf Journal. Until yesterday. So I felt we've been talking over the last couple weeks that considering what I have put our listener through.
Thank you for the use of the singular. Thank you to our listener.
It would be fitting to write a formal apology. Mm-hmm. So this is what I have done for you all. I have written an apology in the form of a poem, and I have put the words back into the Wolf Journal. I have written new words in the Wolf Journal for this podcast. It almost felt a little sacrilegious, but I have been inspired.
First of all, you said formal. Nothing you've done has ever been formal or good. Mm-hmm. And we will be the judge, me and our one listener, as to whether this is poetry or not.
Okay, that's fair. So I've typed it up for you from my hastily written in true Wolf Journal fashion. Mm-hmm. I wrote it directly in pen.
What an idiot.
I only scribbled a few things out, made no other edits in the Wolf Journal. When I typed it to you, I added some hastily put in stanzas and line breaks, some needed punctuation. So after you hear it with your ears, you can ingest it with your eyes.
I've already seen the title because you sent it to me in a Word doc. And we do need to get together sometime, Aaron, so I can kick your shins clean off.
Oh, don't choose violence, Dave.
I will always choose violence.
Oh, If you knew Dave, that's pretty.
Oh, I'm such a
laughable.
violent person. I
You're
am
just a
so
lovable
aggressive.
giant. You're the big friendly giant, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, God.
This poem is titled Apologies.
Boo!
And the pa in apologies is written P-A-W.
Boo!
Okay, here we go. Ready?
I will do my best not to heckle during the poem.
Yes, please do. It's 3 pages long.
I'm gonna go outside for a minute. I'll just come back and insult you for 2
Dave,
minutes.
your headphones are Bluetooth.
Oh, I'll
You're
take them
gonna.
off.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Here we go. Ready? Apologies. Do you see what I did there? A fitting pun, perhaps, for the words that I have shared. The howls of this young heart, not for Solomon. No wisdom in the pages, only the long dried ink of a ballpoint pen. Awakened in a pandemic haze, dragged out for the modern gaze. Has it been 2 years? It seems like 5. Each week as we choose to dive deep into this time capsule of cringe, a flimsy start on which this podcast did hinge. More rhymes in these few lines than the entire collection, a cluster of free thought expression well past my recollection. To drag a dear friend into this mess deserves a proper redress, and yet these words cannot truly confess the guilt of what I have done. It was just a bit of fun. That phrase has a ring to it, but I digress. I feel there is more I need to address. I write these words where it all began, in a wolf journal with a cover photo by Rita Grossman. Now, with a blue vitamin ball pen. A gift from the Medusa mother herself, Reagan. It's hard to imagine all the people sharing all their words on this silly little show with 2 friends, one from Ohio. And yet, here we are. I apologize for what we have put you through so far. Is this the end? By no means, my friend. But with love from us to you, dear listener, our time with the Wolf Journal is through. Oh my gosh! Dave is standing.
This has been My Bad Poetry.
No.
Oh no, we're not done. Oh, we still have to talk.
I mean, if you don't want to.
Oh my gosh, Aaron. First of all, is there an Ohio in Australia?
Funny. I had to address that long-running joke. Mainly just to get the rhyme with show, but...
That's pretty good. I think my favorite rhyme is the, I write these words where it all began in a wolf journal with a cover photo by Rita Grossman.
Yep. Yep. Oh, I spelled her name wrong. I'm sorry. Grosszmann. Yeah. Grossman.
I have seen some forced rhymes in my time, and I have really pushed the boundary on what could be described even as a slant rhyme. But wow, that one feels shoehorned.
Yeah, there was that one. And then my other really forced rhyme was right at the beginning there with there and shared, which is a near rhyme. Yep. And then Solomon and ballpoint pen.
But then you also have like actual good ones. You have the mess, redress, confess, digress. Like that was, I was impressed. The flow of it was actually like good.
Yeah, and I have the internal rhyme there with the Lord of the Rings reference. Yeah, this was really fun to write, actually.
That's good.
And the second reference to a wolf there at the beginning,
Oh, yeah.
the howls,
Yeah.
Howl is dedicated to someone with the last name Solomon. So that's the reference I'm making there. The howls of a young heart, not for Solomon, right? Because it's So
I was confused by that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know my Hebrew Bible as well as you do. A howl for King Solomon?
No, but I played off King Solomon with the next image, no wisdom in these pages. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did write this with my little cute little vitamin ball pen that I got from Reagan Petrucha. She sent me this as a thank you in a package about the Medusa, and it's adorable. It's collapsible, and
So it's a medical ballpoint pen.
It looks like a pill, but
for like antidepressants or what?
I don't know. I don't know. Anything else from my hastily written poem for the week?
No.
Okay.
I will say, on a scale of good to garbage, this is all right.
Hey!
The highest accolades for anything in the Wolf Journal.
In the Wolf Journal, by far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That was my goal all along. To get you to find some good in all of this.
I actually really enjoy this poem, and I think it's really good, but I can't say that without like some kind of sarcastic joke. You stupid mother trucker.
This poem is so context specific. Like, even if I wanted to submit it somewhere, it would make no sense.
No.
So,
well, I've talked about that before, right? The song that I wrote for my now wife.
Yes, yeah.
I wrote it for my then girlfriend. And it's all inside jokes. And so my family asked me to play it for them, and they're just like, okay, what does any of that mean? I know, you guys. I was telling you, you're not going to enjoy it.
We'll throw this on our own website if you want to read and see how I chose to break up the stanzas there.
All you have to do is become a Patreon supporter at $150 a month, and you will be able to see this poem.
Yep. That's the only extra content we have for our loyal Patreons, coffee folk, subscribers, money people. Money people.
I now want to start that as a subscription site and do like just have the Mona Lisa Saperstein from Parks and Rec. Money, please.
That's the best. So this is the end of season 5.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, folks. We have a week off, maybe a couple weeks off, but do not fear. The end is not here. Like the poem said, we have at least 12 people signed up for season 6 already, and if you're hearing this and you're like, I would like to be on season 6, please reach out to our email. And
to be clear, for those who would like to reach out, you do not have to be a published poet.
Not at all.
We would love to hear from other, as I would call us, normies.
The regular folk.
The regular folk, rather than these genius creatives we keep talking to.
Yeah.
I love hearing all of these people, but also we would love to hear from anybody who would like to get in on the fun of poetry. Because as we've discovered, Aaron's poetry was trash.
Yeah.
And what it took was this podcast to examine what good poetry is, and now he is writing... good stuff. Sorry,
No, that's fine.
The word stuck in my throat.
You're allergic to compliments.
Yes.
But yeah, as Dave was saying, I mean, like, if you have your own cringy Wolf Journal stuff from your youth, or just something that
youth yesteryear or even yesterday.
Yeah.
As moron said at some point.
I don't have a poem to go out on. But I think, actually, what would be fitting is back in the day, before we knew at all what we were doing, in the first episode, I quoted one line from a poem because I wasn't sure if it was like copyright reason,
Oh, like fair use, all that kind of,
fair use, that kind of stuff.
We really researched before we started this show.
Yes,
We definitely knew what we were doing.
Yeah, exactly. But I will read the whole poem now of the poem that I quoted in our first episode. We're going to end this week with the words of a true poet. This is Tell All the Truth But Tell It Slant by Emily Dickenson, number 1263. Tell all the truth but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies, too bright for our infirm delight. The truth's superb surprise, as lightning to the children eased with explanation kind. The truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. This has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some of your own bad poetry in a wolf journal, and then spend years and years talking about it with one of your friends and torturing him with the awful opinions you had about life and everything in high school.
Is that not normal? Rhyme free doesn't matter.